Sigourney, thank you so much. But on Saturday, Syracuse football did the unthinkable, beat Clemson, and on the road at that. However, after the game, more questions rose than answers. So hopefully, to get us some of those answers is our sports reporter, Nathanial Cunningham. So happy to be here with you, dude. But unfortunately, the biggest news of the weekend, quarterback Steve Angeli, I know he went down with an Achilles injury. What's the latest update?
To God's honest truth, and unfortunate news if you're a Syracuse fan, Angeli out for the year.
Wow.
Torn Achilles. He had surgery on Monday. But the good news for Syracuse fans is that Angeli is eligible for a medical redshirt. He's still going to have 2 years here at Syracuse, but more importantly, he's going to be kind of like a quarterback coach to back up Ricky Collins, who hasn't seen a ton of action at the collegiate level, but is going to be the starter going forward with this gauntlet of a schedule coming up.
Angeli's experience could help out Collins moving forward, but the team was also hit with a fine this past Monday. You know, what's the latest with that?
Well, it's interesting, Ricky, because you think you'd want to bask in the glory of what was a historic win, the first win in Death Valley, but after the game, you saw Clemson quarterback Cade Klubnik. He had some choice words to say, especially about the game. Take a listen.
You know, props to them. They stopped us on some third downs and in certain times, and then, you know, they have an injury or something like that when we really got going. So, you know, that's up to them if they want to be honest about that. But, you know.
And I mean, you could see there, Ricky, like you saw him kind of implement the fact that maybe Syracuse was faking injuries. The ACC decided to say, yeah, they were, and it instituted a $25,000 fine. But more importantly, a public reprimand, not to Syracuse University athletics, but to the university as a whole. The first time any school in the NCAA has had something like that come from a power conference. So this isn't a big deal, maybe as the fine. $25,000, that's a quarter of a student's tuition. But realistically, how big this fine means for the university as a whole is a massive deal.
I mean, 25 grand, that's no joke. But this is a huge weekend, both good and bad, for Syracuse football. So what is this all looking like for the team going forward?
Well, ultimately, it comes down to, can Ricky Collins fill the shoes of Steve Angeli? And Angeli was the nation's leading passer. He would fit into the offense. He was the guy to follow in Kyle McCord's footsteps. But now you've got a Ricky Collins who hasn't seen much action. He didn't look really good. And now it's just time for a little bit of struggle. So we don't know what's going to go on. A lot of uncertainty.
Hopefully the team keeps up their winning ways. Thanks, Nathaniel. But when we come back, the Syracuse campus has been busy with performances this week. You don't want to miss it, Unpeelers.